Hey guys, welcome to Frank's Handyman. Today we're going to be working on a project that we had already started. This is going to be the part 2 of it. We're going to be working on installing Everlife waterproof core rigid flooring, and that's what we're going to be doing. They're starting off by making the cuts that we're going to be making here. If you saw the previous video, we had already made these first 2 cuts around the vents, and once we made these, then we started putting everything together, and it went by really fast because the first 2 cuts are pretty much the toughest ones. Well, besides the ones that we have to put around the corners, but once we get those done, it moves by pretty fast, and you'll see here that once they get in the groove, things start moving really well. The thing about this job, it's going to be consisting of the same things, which is going to be measuring and doing cuts. So you're going to be seeing a lot of the same stuff like that, but you'll see the process go on in the time lapse that you'll see of the progress, and it's going to be looking pretty great at the end. So just keep watching and you'll see all the advances that we make and how good it looks. And as you can see, we already finished at least half of this room, and right now what's going to come up is going to be a little bit of tough cuts. As you see here, it's a lot of corners, and so you really have to be precise with doing everything here because it has to fit really well, and it's going to dictate how everything moves on from here. Now he's just measuring and he's doing an outline of where he's going to have to make the cut. Once he got the outline, he tried doing the cut with the blade, but it didn't work, so he's gonna use the multi-tool, which is a lot better and a lot easier. It just makes a little bit more of a mess, but of course we have supplies to clean everything around. Once he put it down, he realized that he was gonna have to make an adjustment to it and make a small cut on it. Once getting done cutting it, now he's able to put it on and it fit down perfectly. And then right here, he's going to use the rubber hammer. That way, as you see, there's those little cracks there. You have to make sure to hit it, that way it blends in, and it's almost like you practically can't even see those lines there. And that's really the hard part about this. You have to be really precise and you have to be patient with it. Once we got to this point, practically just the whole corner on the left side was going to be left to do, and then we're going to move into the hallway, and that hallway transition is going to be a pretty difficult one, but it came out looking pretty great, and you will see here in a little bit the process of it. At this point right here, this is the last piece we're going to put right here in the corner, and then we're going to transition into the hallway. Once he makes this cut with the multi-tool, you'll see that it fit there perfectly, as you can see here. And as you can see here, the whole room is practically done. This is the last piece here. They're just, like I said, they're hammering it with a rubber hammer, and that way it hides all the cracks and it just looks like one piece all together. And as you see, it came out looking really great. Now we're going to move into the hallway. Well, one colleague is going to focus working in the hallway, and the other one is going to start putting the rest on the living room. Of course, we're not going to finish today. This is a really big place. And so we're mostly going to be focusing on finishing, well, we finished the room. Now we're going to focus on finishing the hallway and try to advance as much as we can in the living room. He's hitting the opposite side of the flooring, that way it will hide this crack and it blends in pretty well. And once he did that, you see that it practically disappears and it just blends in and it fades and it looks like one piece practically. And that's really what we're trying to get to. As one advances in the living room, our other colleague is working on these cuts right here that are going to be going into this like a little small closet there, and then also the one by the bathroom. And so these are pretty much the cuts that really take the longest, just because you have to make sure they're precise. And as you see, he's measuring here, but he had to make a little small adjustment, just make a little bit more of a cut. And then once he did that, it fit perfectly. And now it was just all about, again, making sure that it blended in really well with the floor. And as you see now, we're advancing pretty well. All we have to do here is do a couple more cuts, and then this whole section will be done here in the hallway. Here he's just slightly measuring, and then this is going to be the second to the last cut that he's going to make here. Once he traced everything, now he's going to use the multi-tool and make the cuts. Once he finished the cut, he set it down and you'll see it fit perfectly. Now all he has left is one more cut, and then after that the hallway will be done. As you can see here, it's really what's resting is the majority of the living room. Once finishing the last cut, he was going to set it down, but he ran into a little issue where it wouldn't really fit that well in, so he had to make a cut, a slight cut, just the size of the blade, that way it fit perfectly in there. And once finishing, as you see here, he's going to set it down, and then now you see that it fit perfectly and it blended in. All he's doing now is just tapping everything with the rubber hammer to fit, and this is all the before, and you'll see the after now, and it looks really nice. And as well, this is before there was drywall. We also did some drywall there, and as you can see as well, it came out perfectly blended. So stay tuned tomorrow for part 3. It's going to be pretty great, so see you tomorrow.